Recording. Okay, so today is lesson 19 of Wit and Wisdom, and we'll be continuing our exploration of why do mosquitoes buzz in people's ears. So our focusing question is, how can a story transport you to a different place? And our content framing question is, what does a deeper exploration of the words and illustrations reveal in why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears? Good morning, Logan. Okay, so remember the chart that we did? We did this chart yesterday, Logan, and we just built onto it. So I'm going to switch to the document camera so you all can see the language chart, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Can both of you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I want you to echo read the lines, which means after I read it, then you're going to read it, okay?
Yes.
All right. Lions roar, eagles soar. Go ahead.
Lion roars, eagle soars.
Okay. Leopards growl, cheetahs prowl.
Leopards growl, cheetahs prowl.
Snakes slide, eagles glide.
They glide,
Snakes glide.
snakes glide,
Eagles,
eagles flies.
eagles glide.
Lizards crawl.
That's not my turn.
Lizards crawl. She said, repeat
Lizard
what she
crawl.
said.
Lizard crawl,
Jackals call.
jackal call.
Monkeys leap.
Monkey bleat,
Monkeys leap.
monkey sleep.
Snails creep.
Snails creep.
Ants heap.
Ant pea,
Heap.
heap.
Fledglings cheep.
Fledglings cheep.
Okay. So now we're going to look, and yesterday, Logan, what we were doing is finding unknown words. We know that if we know all of the words, all of the vocabulary, it helps us to understand what's going on in the story. But if there's some words that we don't know the meaning of, then we look at the pictures and the words around it so we can tell what the meaning of the word is, so it can help us to understand. Okay, so I'm going to read the 5th and 6th lines of the poem, and I want you to point to your ears when you hear a rhyming pair of words, okay? Monkeys bleat, snails creep. You hear them? So point to your ears. Leap and creep are rhyming words. They start off differently, but they have the same ending sound, so they're rhyming words, all right? Listen to these two. Keep, sheep.
Do they rhyme? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you should be pointing to your ears. And actually, these last two lines of the poem, the 5th and 6th lines of the poem, are unique because it actually has 4 rhyming words: leap, creep, heap, and cheep. All right. So let's think about this. How is a monkey different from a snail? Do they move in the same way?
No.
No, because it says monkeys leap and snails creep. Thinking about monkeys and snails and how they move, what kind of movements are leap and creep? Are they the same or different?
Different.
Different, yes. So animals move in many different ways. Snails do not have legs or arms like a monkey, so they can only creep or glide slowly a little bit at a time. What do ants do? What does it mean to heap? Think of the way ants move and where they live to help you to answer.
They march.
What do they do, Seth?
They march.
They march. Yes, they march. And sometimes when they're marching, what are they just marching like in a parade?
Yeah, come like a play.
Or are they actually doing something? Have you ever noticed when it's about to rain, what happens to the ants?
Oh, rain. She ant hole. Ant hole.
And hills, they make hills, they make heaps of hills. They move things around, they carry things back to their hole, and they make hills in the ground. Whenever it's about to rain, you'll notice that you see ant hills kind of crop up because they don't want to drown. So they don't want to be on the ground. So that's why they make those hills for themselves. All right. So ants carry things on their back to the ant hill. They heap or make a pile at the anthill. Fledglings, this last word here, fledglings, cheap. Fledglings are young birds that are just learning how to fly. So like baby birds. So how did we use the illustrations in the previous lesson? How did they help us understand the story and the characters? Seth, you were on yesterday. You remember we talked about the illustrations?
Yeah.
How did the illustrations in the book help us to understand the story and the character? Let's look at one of those pages. What does the picture help us to understand about the snake?
Getting in the rabbit burrow.
It's showing us what the snake is doing, right? That he's going into the burrow. And he was going into the burrow because he was afraid that the iguana was plotting against him. So the illustrations help to show us what's happening in the story. It helps to tell the story, and it also shows what the characters look like. Do you remember yesterday we completed that chart, our evidence organizer? We talked about what the different characters look like and how they move. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to use the illustrations from Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears to understand the actions and movements of the characters. Okay, so looking at this actual picture here in the text, do the illustrations move? How can we figure out how the animals are moving in the text? Do you see anything actually moving on the page? Like my hand is moving underneath the camera.
Yeah, I see snake. I see iPhone.
But is the snake moving?
Hmm.
Is it like watching TV?
Yeah, kind of like watching TV. Yeah, TV. No, maybe. This one. Happy
So Seth, actually they don't move because it's not TV. It's a still picture. But we can look at the pictures and pretend. And that's why they do them this way. You have this image of the snake looking at the iguana, and then the other one shows him going down into the hole. But you don't actually see him moving. You don't see him moving like that. You see my finger moving? The snake isn't moving. So also sometimes the words in the text will tell us how a character is moving. So it helps us understand. Sometimes the illustration shows two pictures of the animal so we can see how it moved from one place to another. That's exactly what happened here with the snake. We have two pictures of the same character to show that he's moving. Same thing here with the rabbit. Okay, so the pictures don't move. There are other ways for the author and illustrator to help readers to imagine how the characters move. Okay, listen closely to the words that the author uses to describe the way the iguana moves. It says the iguana was still grumbling to himself when he happened to pass by a python. The big snake raised his head and said, "Good morning, iguana." The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on, bobbing his head, battening, battening. So, what words did you hear to describe how the iguana?
Oh,
What did he do with his head?
ew.
What is it?
Barry.
Yeah.
Barry.
Batterman was like the action word. But how did it say he moved his head? Well, how did he move his head? Did
He
bob
moved
his
down.
head?
Down. He moved it down.
It said he lumbered on, bobbing his head, Batterman, Batterman. Okay, so the words in the text tell us how the iguana is moving in the text. The picture does not move. So readers have to use the words to help them to understand. Okay. The next paragraph says, "Now why won't he speak to me?" said the python to himself. "Iguana must be angry about something. I'm afraid he is plotting some mischief against me." He began looking for somewhere to hide. The first likely place he found was a rabbit hole, and in it he went. Wasa wasu, wasa wasu, wasa wasu. When the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. She scurried out through her back way and bounded, crick, 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 across a clearing. So the illustrator shows how the python is moving. The way the python moves is by slithering, and we put that on our evidence organizer yesterday. Slithering means moving by sliding along the ground. Now let's look at the rabbit. We already read about the rabbit, but think about this question. How do the words here in this last paragraph help us to understand how the rabbit moves? It said that she was terrified. She scurried out through her back way and bounded. Crick, crick, crick. So was she moving slowly?
Was it moving slowly? The rabbit?
Rabbit.
Yeah, was it moving slowly?
Fast. Fast.
Yes, she was moving quickly. It says she scurried out. So she moves away fast. It says she bounded, so she hops away. And excuse me, the words are telling us that she hops away really fast. All right, on page 5, it says a crow saw the rabbit running for her life. He flew into the forest crying, "Caw, caw, caw." It was his duty to spread the alarm in case of danger. So how do the words help us to understand what the crow does? What does the crow actually do?
Well, you make the hard time non see monkey the danger.
He let the monkey know that there was danger. He said, "Caw, caw," right. So, but what did he actually do? What did he do with his wings? He used his wings to do what?
He flew.
To fly. So the crow flies away and he says, "Caw, caw." So he's letting them know that there is danger. Okay, second paragraph. A monkey heard the crow. He was sure that some dangerous beast was prowling near. He began screeching and leaping, killy willy, through the trees to help warn the other animals. So how do words help us to understand what the monkey does?
Baboon. Baboon.
It
Baboon.
says that he was leaping through the trees.
Danger.
Says Are you looking?
Yeah.
It said that he was leaping killy-willy through the trees to help warn the other animals. Leaping means jumping a long distance. So how do the words help us to understand what the monkey does?
The monkey beat.
He screeches. He jumps far in the trees. He
Yeah,
wants
but that monkey not weeping right now.
because he wants to tell them that there is danger coming. All right.
Yeah.
So let's look at our evidence chart from yesterday, and we're going to add some things to it. We worked on this chart yesterday, Logan. And we'll just review what we have already, and then we'll add some things to it, since we've done a little bit more exploring of the book. So the evidence organizers for the text, why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears. And for the characters, we have the iguana, the python, the rabbit, the crow, and the monkey. So we wanted to determine what they look like and how they move. And this is actually building up to, if we were having regular school, it would be building up to a writing assignment for you all. And you always collect your evidence beforehand so that you can use your text evidence to respond to a question. So we said the iguana, what does he look like? He's green, he has sticks in his ears, and he's short. The python is purple and pink, he's long, has no legs. The rabbit is gray and brown, has big yellow eyes and big ears. The crow is black, he has wings and a beak. And the monkey is orange and brown, has a long tail and long horns. So what we're going to do today is add on to how they move. So the iguana crawls. Let's also add that he bobs his head, because that was actually part of the story. And yesterday Seth told us that a python slithers. We're going to add that he also slides. He said that the rabbit hops. We're going to add that he runs out. Because we're not just talking about how these animals move in life, we're talking about how they actually move in the text. And this is a kind of a funny one for us, because it says that the crow flies, but that the crow says caw, caw. I guess he was, as he was moving, he was saying this, so that's why they included it. And for the monkey, he walks on all fours. We're also going to put that he jumps on branches. Okay, let's go back to our text now. Okay, let's look at these two pictures. What is happening in this picture? Does the picture show a real moment from the story, or is it an imaginary moment? Look at the picture really, really good. Does it show a real moment in the story, or is it an imaginary moment?
Imaginary.
So what do we mean by imaginary?
I see iguana.
Yeah, and that's exactly the first thing I looked at that let me know that it was imaginary, because this looks like he was like fire or something coming from his ears. Or I guess maybe that's supposed to be the sticks, but they're so exaggerated. Because remember, in the first pictures, the sticks were just two little twigs he like stuck in his ears. So look at how these are. Do you think we could actually see these animals like this? Like the rabbit has a very frightened expression.
Yeah.
The rhinoceros looks like he's just over all of it. He's just done.
Yeah.
The antelope looks, I guess, surprised. Not sure what's what. The monkey and the owl. It looks like the monkey is trying to comfort the owl. Do you think a monkey would really be comforting an owl? No. So we know that this is something that isn't real. It's something that the author made up. It's something that can happen in your mind, but not in real life. Okay.
Yes,
So we're not going to do the actual writing part, and that's what this is building up to. Okay, so our content framing question was, why are the illustrations so important in a story? How can they help readers better understand the story? Think about that for a few minutes and then just let me know when you're ready to respond, okay? Why are the illustrations so important in a story? What do the illustrations do?
It's the illustration job. What? I thought it was the author's job. The illustrator do doodle?
write the word.
No, they don't.
Pages.
What about the pages? Hmm? The author writes the words. The
The-
illustrator draws the pictures.
Not the write the words.
But that's not a question.
Yes, the author writes the word, so what does the illustrator do?
The illustrator draw the pictures.
Exactly. And how do those pictures, why are those pictures important? How do those pictures help us to understand a story?
So you can read.
So the pictures show us what's happening. They tell us more about the characters. We can see the animals actually act out the words. And the pictures show us like the sequence of events. The illustrator kind of puts hints in the pictures to remind us, excuse me, of what's going on in the story. All right, so tomorrow I think we're going to add some more to our language chart. And we're still going to be talking about how a story can transport you to a different place, but we'll have some different text tomorrow. We'll still be exploring this text, but we have some links on that will be, I'll do a screen share so you'll be able to see it here. Okay, so that is it for lesson 19, our wit and wisdom lesson. Now we're going to move into our math lesson for today, which is module 5, lesson 2. And we'll begin with our application problem. Our objective is to count objects within counts of 10 to 20 objects and describe as 10 ones and blank ones. Do you all remember how to count things and say it the 10 ways?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. So listen to our problem. It says that Lisa counted some sticks into one pile of 10, and then she counted 5 other sticks into another pile. So they want us to draw a picture to show Lisa's piles of sticks. So we're going to have 2 piles, so I'll divide the page, okay? Now the first pile is going to have 10 sticks, and then the next pile is going to have 5 sticks. So I want you to count with me as I draw the sticks, okay? You ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
1,
2,
2,
3,
3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
7,
8, 9,
9, 10.
All right, now let's do the 5 sticks. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
okay. So let's just focus on the pile of 10 sticks now. If we put the pile of, we know that 10 is like, you remember yesterday we drew the two hands. That's 2 hands is 10 fingers. That's 10 ones. So we have 10 ones on this side. If we add this pile to this pile, how many sticks would we have?
10, 15.
We have 15 altogether. How do we say that the 10 way? We have 10 and
10,
how many?
5.
How many?
5.
We have 5. So when we say that the 10 way, we say 10, 5, 1, which is the fancy way of saying 15, because that's what we would actually have. 10 plus 5 equals 15, which is 10, 5, 1. Okay? So now let's
Okay.
do our problem set. Can both of you see? All right. So it says touch and count 10 things. Put a check over each one as you count 10 things. And then we're going to count the ones. So we'll know that we have 10 and blank ones. We have 10 ones and then however many others. Like in this example up here, as they were counting these dots, they put these check marks over them. So once they got to 10, they stopped checking. So that they said I have 10 ones and 1, 2 ones. Okay. So let's do the same thing down here with the duck. You all count and I'll check, put a check on them to show that we're actually touching them to count. Okay. Let's go. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
wait. Remember, we stop at 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many other ones do we have?
3.
3. We have 10 ones and 3 ones. Now let's do the same for the piggy bank. Count as I check. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
so you have 10 ones and how many ones?
2.
2. Okay, the presents down here. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
wait, y'all going too fast with Miss Nelson. Start at 5, go to the, what comes after 5?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Pay attention.
Have 10 ones and how many more ones?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. So you have 10 ones and 5 ones down here. What about these, it looks like, I don't know if those are glasses or something, or candles. Let's check as we count. 1, 2, let's go. 3,
Okay. 3, 4, 5, 7,
6,
9, 10.
8,
I
9.
can't see you.
Oh, dude, just let him count.
So we have 10 ones and how many ones? It looks like the
1.
and 1. Both of you are breaking up because it keeps freezing. It's saying the internet connection is unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Okay, so on this picture, Ms. Nelson's gonna kind of do it for you since we're virtual. because the directions say draw the pictures to match the words. So the words say I have 10 small circles and 2 small circles. So here I go. Let me put my 10 small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. So here's my 10 small circles and here's my 2 small circles. Down here it says I have 10 ones and 4 ones. And I'm just going to use some sticks to show that, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we have 10 small circles and 2 small circles, how many do we have altogether?
10 and 2 is what?
12.
12.
6.
And 12 is 10 ones and 2 ones. Okay, down here we have 10 and 4 ones. So 10 plus 4 is
14.
14. So that means we have 10 ones and 4 ones. Okay, so we're going to look at these and I want you to, we're going to take turns answering. Because they circle the correct numbers that describe the picture. So we're going to have to look at the pictures and see how many, we're going to count the 10 ones and how many more ones they have, and then we'll determine which one of these we're going to circle. So our choices are 10 ones and 3 ones, 10 ones and 7 ones. So I want you to look at the apples, Logan.
Yes,
And I want you to tell me what the correct answer is. Is it 10 ones and 3 ones or 10 ones and 7 ones?
1, 2,
Ladies, how many on this side?
10.
Okay, how many on this side?
8.
Okay, so tell her the answer is 10 and what?
3.
Speak up, baby.
10 and 3.
10 and 3. 10 ones and 3 ones. Good job, Logan. Okay, Seth, you do the ice cream cone.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 15.
So that's 10 ones and how many ones?
Look at it.
I can't see ice cream.
Hmm?
I can't see ice cream. There is.
Do you understand it? If you don't understand, say, I need you to explain. Say, can you explain it again?
Explain again.
Okay, did you count these straight across here? Is that where you counted to 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means we have 10 ones. Now, our choices are 10 ones and 8 ones or 10 ones and 5 ones. So how many do we have down here?
If you have 10 at the top, how many do you have at the bottom?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
So we have 10 ones and 5 ones. Okay, Miss Logan, you ready to do the pretzel? Are you counting, Logan?
She, we had muted it so Self could answer. I didn't want her to answer, so we muted it. She's
Slogan's turn.
Okay, Miss Nelson, let's see. Okay, do the point to him. Hang on, we better can see it.
Let's see. Is that better?
Okay, there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Okay, there's 10 up there. How many down here?
10.
On both ends?
Mhm.
Okay. So what would be the answer? 10 ones and 10 ones, or 10 ones and 8 ones?
10 ones.
10 ones and what?
10 ones.
Okay.
Very good. 10 ones and 10 ones. Okay, Seth, the balls down here are those, it look like those maybe oranges. They're kind of hard to see. Let me move this up. Okay, you ready, Seth?
We don't see anything. We're stuck
that-
on the camera for Logan.
Yeah, we duck.
Let's see here.
What's
It's coming.
a little boy? He's in the bubble. What's that? Breath. It breath.
Let me see if I can go to a different view. I'm not sure why it's not. No, that just shows me. That's bigger.
I didn't.
Seth, are you still there?
We're still here.
Yeah, we kind of duck. And
Do you see the sheet and Logan? Because yours is blank to me.
We're stuck on the screen. It's frozen on Logan's face.
Okay.
It's just frozen.
yeah, that's all.
Okay. Well, Logan, go ahead and answer this one for us. And hopefully
Yes,
by the
ma'am.
time we get to the next page, it'll be unfrozen. Okay. The oranges for me, Logan, and tell me how we have 10 ones and how many more ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
There's 10, and then what is that?
4,
No, Logan, you count this 10, and how many is that?
2.
Okay, so it's 10 ones and what?
2 ones.
Okay, speak up.
10 ones and 2 ones.
10 ones and 2 ones. Yes, ma'am. All right. And before I go to the next page, let me work on let's see if we can get Steph in here. I'm not sure why it's stuck there, but we'll keep moving on with the oh, there you go. Can you see now, Seth?
Well, I still duck, but
We
Are you-
still stuck on the same screen.
yeah.
Still stuck on? Is there any way to refresh the screen? Oh, now they've gone off completely. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this one, Logan. What we're doing
Yes, ma'am.
is drawing more to show the number. In this example up here, the number is 10 ones and 3 ones. So we have our 10 ones here, and then they had 2 ones. So we had to draw one more to get to 3 ones, 10 ones and 3 ones. So right here, we have some circles. We will show 10 ones and 2 ones, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's our 10 ones. So how many more do we need to draw to show 2 ones?
2 ones.
2. 1, 2. Okay. Over here, we have 10 ones and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many do we have to draw to show 5 ones?
5.
So she have 4. So how many more do you need? Yeah, you have. Okay, that's 10 up here, and this 4. So 4 plus what is 5? Okay, we'll say it.
1.
1. So I'm just going to draw 1 heart. My heart didn't really look like theirs, but we get the picture. Okay, down here for the moons, we have 10 moons right here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. But oh wait, I'm sorry, you can't see it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the 10 moons right here, and then right here we have 4. But I need to show 7. So how many more do I need to draw? Do you want me to draw as you count?
Loading.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You count.
5.
Oh, Miss Nelson's moons look a mess. Okay.
6.
6. 7.
All right. So now we have 10 ones and 7 ones. All right. Let's count the smiley faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh,
We need to have 10 ones and 4 ones. So what do we need to do here, Logan? If we have 9 smiley faces, how do we get to 10 ones?
One more.
I'm going to draw 1 more right here, and that's going to be my 10 ones. And then how would I get my 4 ones?
What she need to draw?
In the middle.
Okay, but how many? 4. She said 10 ones and 4 ones. So how many do she need to draw?
4.
Okay. Well,
4 ones in the middle.
4 in the middle. So here we go. 1,
2,
3.
4.
All right. So now let's go back. Just check ourselves. If we have 10 ones and 2 ones up here, how much is that all together? 10 plus 2 equals what?
12.
Awesome.
12.
Yes, 12. We have 10 ones and 5 ones. 10 plus 5 equals what?
15.
15. We have 10 ones plus 7 ones. 10 plus 7 equals what?
17.
17. And then we have 10 ones plus 4 ones, which equals what?
14.
You all are just too smart for Miss Nelson. All right. So the way that this is how we would normally do it, but the object is for you to describe the number as 10 ones and some other number of ones. And you all did that excellently today. All right, let me switch back to me. Yesterday I was sharing with Seth, we were celebrating on our Facebook page for Baines Lower. There was an announcement from Mr. Williams. Our class has answered 2,500 questions on IXL. So they a certificate to us. So congratulations to you all. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. So you're doing a really good job. And Mom, if you want to give them a break now and get them back on IXL later on this morning, it's fine. If they've been working really, really hard. So if you want to give them a day off, that's perfectly fine with me. If you want to keep them working, we're just watching their progress to see, you know, that they're still working on it. But we know that they are because they've made that great, great milestone. So congratulations to you all. Also on the Facebook page, and I think he sent it out in a remind or an email blast to parents about Thursday. There's a scheduled time to come and pick up things from your teachers. think first grade is first and maybe like at 12:30 or something. I'm not sure.
Kindergarten 1:45, I think.
Okay. All right. So I may see some of you. Well, I may see some of you, the two of you. I may see you Thursday. Depending on I don't know if I'll still be here when kindergarten and pre-K come through. But anyway, so you all are doing an awesome, awesome job. Keep up the good work, okay? Mom, do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I know that you said the 30th is the last day for the summer enrichment program.
Yes, ma'am.
How long will them having access to the code for IXL last? Is that just for the summer or?
I doubt that it's just gonna cut off on it's probably a trial for a certain period of time. I'll find out for you and I'll email both of you and let you know.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I'll how long is IXL code? Oh, let me stop the recording.